The night was dark, like ink spilled over a vast ocean. There was no moon in sight, and the stars only occasionally pierced the dense veil of clouds. In this gloom, like a lost island in the vast emptiness, a life raft swayed on the waves. A lone man sat on its side, clutching at the ropes with white fingers. The water around him was choppy, as if something in its depths was trying to break free. The man breathed heavily and stared into the darkness, listening for every sound. Every now and then he heard something massive break through the water, making ominous splashes. His heart pounded in his chest like a trapped bird. Finally, the moon broke through the clouds, casting a pale light on the surface of the water. And then he saw a huge shark circling lazily around the raft. Its fins sliced through the water like a knife blade, and the man felt cold shivers run down his spine. He knew the shark was waiting for his strength to run out, for fear and despair to take over. With each lap it came closer and closer, its black eyes following his every move. The man began to frantically think of what could save him, but there was only emptiness in his mind. Hours, or maybe minutes, had passed. Time had lost all meaning. The silence was broken only by the rhythmic splashing of the water and the pounding of his heart, which echoed in his ears. Suddenly the raft began to sink slowly into the water. The small leak he had not noticed in time was now critical. The shark felt the blood. It quickened its pace, its fins slicing circles faster and faster. The man realized his end was near. He tried to scream, but his voice changed to a hoarse whisper. Cold water began to flood the raft, and he felt it enveloping his legs.
"No, not now,"
he whispered, staring into the abyss before him.
"God help me."
But the answer was only grim silence. He looked around desperately, trying to find some sort of escape.
"You won't take me so easily,"
he shouted, trying to muster courage.
"I'll fight to the last man."
As if hearing his challenge, the shark lunged forward. Its huge jaws, studded with rows of sharp teeth, opened, ready to close on his body. The man took one last desperate breath and dove into the water, hoping he could deceive it, that he could escape its deadly embrace.
"Please, someone,"
he muttered, his voice trembling with fear.
"I don't want to die."
But the darkness that surrounded him gave him no hope. It was pulling him down into the cold embrace of the ocean, where a ferocious predator awaited him. And when the sharp teeth closed in on his body, he realized that this was not a dream, not a nightmare. It was reality, his last reality. The hours passed, and soon the first rays of dawn began to break through the clouds. The rescue boat cut through the water, heading for the last coordinates of the distress call. The rescue team surveyed the ocean, and one of them turned on a powerful flashlight, illuminating the surface of the water.
"There's something over there,"
shouted one of the rescuers, pointing to a dark spot ahead. As they approached, a flashlight revealed the remains of the raft in the darkness. Torn pieces of wood and cloth floated on the surface, among them signs of desperate struggle.
"My God,"
whispered the captain, looking at the horrible sight.
"We're too late."
There was no one left, only emptiness and the cold stillness of the ocean that had swallowed another victim.